How is it going, ladies and gentlemen? Today, I'm bringing you what is probably one of the best games I have played in a long time. I can't actually remember the last time I played a game this good. This is The Last of Us, the game I've been raving about on Twitter, and I got it probably 2-3 days ago, and I've already accumulated like 8 hours of play, so you know it's a good game. I don't even play single-player games that much, but this is definitely one I'd recommend. So it was made by Naughty Dog, the same people who made Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter, and the Uncharted series. And the whole game, the whole premise of the game is... gonna strangle this guy to death. Yeah, boy! The whole premise of the game is you are Joel, this guy, and your job is to escort this 14-year-old girl called Ellie across the wasteland. It's like a post-apocalyptic era kind of thing where you've got some kind of hideous virus that infected half the world. So, a lot of people you meet are these, like, zombie things called the Infected. Different forms of the Infected, which I'll come onto in a bit, but the other problem is, like, resources are really scarce, everyone's fighting to survive, like a Darwinian-type society, and obviously the humans you meet as well, most of them will probably try and kill you, apart from the two people I'm with here, which are these two randoms which offer to help, which is nice. But the whole sort of combat system of the game, where you're just encountering enemies, is to do with, you know, you got to plan how you're going to do any kind of attack carefully. You get scarce resources. When you find these sort of raw ingredients, as you can see on the side there, like alcohol or a binding or whatever, you find them scattered around, but not too commonly. You gotta love the combat system, by the way. I don't even like third-person shooters generally, but this is awesome. Like, you gotta love the melee combat, the switching between the weapons and whatnot. It definitely works out. But like I was saying, when you engage people, most of the time, you don't want to do what I'm doing here, which is sort of try and engage them head on. Normally a bad idea. You normally want to sort of sneak up on people as much as you can. Try and take them out silently, so that, you know, number one, you're not putting yourself in danger. Number two, you're saving resources, because there are some points when you definitely need to use bullets, and other times where you want to save them best as possible, you know? So the game always incorporates these sort of cutscenes very well. So I click triangle on there to initiate climbing up the ladder, or giving them a boost, whatever. And it goes straight into a cutscene. It's pretty much flawless, like the graphics don't seem to change at all. Maybe very slightly, I don't know, but it's an extremely well made game in terms of its looks, in terms of the transition between cutscenes, gameplay. So here's a point where, you know, these two characters we meet sort of desert us, so, you know, Ellie decides to jump back down to Joel. The whole thing of the game is about the sort of connection between Ellie and Joel as they try and, like they say, stick together, survive in the world. It's a tough situation, man. Quick, open that garage door, otherwise the tank's gonna blow us up. Mash triangle to not die. There's certain situations like this where it's just complete, like, desperation. You gotta act really quick or you will die very quickly. I went straight to hard mode because someone on Twitter recommended that I did. And I gotta say, hard mode is just about right. I think any easier and it would be way too easy. But on hard mode you definitely do need to be careful what you're doing. Here I've got to sprint away because this crazy APC thing is chasing me. And I have no way of beating it, so you just gotta run. But like I said, the whole thing, you're journeying through, humans trying to kill you, also zombie things infected trying to kill you. And the whole objective is take the girl to the other side of the wasteland, survive on the way. Most of it's combat based, a lot of it's stealth based, and there are a lot of points where there's like a puzzle type situation. Like this, I wouldn't really call it a puzzle, but there's a situation where you're in like sewers and there's a water area. And Ellie can't swim apparently, so what you gotta do is drop this plank of wood down and then like ferry it across to her. There are some swimming sections of the game, but it's not a big heavy feature and it's done pretty well, so. Now here are the infected I was talking about. The two types you meet early on are the runners and the clickers. The runners are like your general run-of-the-mill, oh, they charge at you if they see you and they try and beat you down or something. These things are a bit more dangerous, clickers. Now clickers, they're blind so I can turn on my light and there's no problem. But they've got very good hearing, they're like bat-like radar hearing. And if they get you in melee combat, you die instantly, so basically you have to assassinate them from behind, or just shoot them before they can get to you, so just going to carefully sneak around. I made a couple of shivs using some equipment I found. Here's a bit more equipment. And they're really handy just for taking down the odd enemy. You can craft equipment on the move. You can also upgrade Joel himself with protein pills or whatever they are to upgrade your health or whatever. You also come across crafting tables every so often to build, you know, upgrades for your guns that you find. And there's all sorts of guns. It's pretty cool. And you can also give yourself like weapon holsters, all that kind of stuff. So, my overall recommendation, definitely check out this game. Well worth your money. There's a bit where I get destroyed by a clicker, but hope you all enjoyed this mini review. And with that being said, I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.